Hi, and welcome back to Arno TV. I'm Arno. Today's video, we're going to discuss something topical. It's been all over the news in the last 48 hours or so that it looks like there's going to be even further, tougher restrictions imposed on vast parts of northern England, which is a part of the country that I live in. Now, as I mentioned in a previous video, we in my area have been on a local lockdown since late July, early August. I can't remember the exact date, but that's when it was. It was around then. So literally, we only spent, June and some of July actually without any sort of real restrictions here. So pretty much since March, for apart from a very short period of time, we've been locked down here. Now they're talking about even further restrictions. So from what I can gather, it looks like they're going to be shutting down from next week restaurants, bars, leisure facilities, which I'm assuming is things like gyms, swimming pools, possibly things like cinemas as well. So it's looking bleak. It really is looking bleak again. I've been saying amongst my own circle of friends for quite a number of months now that I thought that in October there would be another national lockdown, and it looks like we're edging towards that. I personally think now it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it's going to happen. So we seem to be heading back to where, back to a time of a national lockdown again, or it's looking like we're heading in that direction. Now, I've got to start asking myself, and I'm sure a lot of people out there are as well, are these lockdowns actually working? Because in my area in the country, and in the north part of England particularly, infection rates, new cases seem to be going up and up and up on a daily basis and taking big jumps. So, what is this actually achieving? Where is this going? Because some of these rules that are now out there seem to make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Seem to be just madness. I'll give you a perfect example of rules that, to me, make absolutely zero sense and are laughable to the point of where you are thinking, who on earth thought this rule up? They must have sat up all night thinking of this. It's lunacy. Perfect example is, like many of us in the country, I've been on furlough for months. Recently went back to work. Now, I work in my day job, as I mentioned in a previous video. Yes, I am a musician, but I have, like every other musician out there, a day job to support myself, keep a roof over my head, and support the music that I want to make and my art. Now, where I work is in a huge shopping centre in Sheffield. I won't mention it, but if you know Sheffield, you know which one I'm talking about. It's a huge shopping centre. Now, I've been told for months to stay at home, first of all, because it's not safe to go outside. And now I'm being asked to go back into a shopping centre with thousands and thousands of people, which makes me feel perfectly safe. I'm sure you can agree, I feel wonderful about it. Why would you? You've been terrified, you've been told to stay at home for months and have the shit scared out of you by governments, and now it's safe to go somewhere like that. Okay, you go anyway, don't you? Because you've got to keep a roof over your head. You've got to work, Anyway, I'm digressing a little bit here, but last week, it was the end of the week, and during this lockdown period, I've actually been doing my weekly shopping during the week, as opposed to at weekends. But this day was the end of last week, so I've not actually done my shopping for the following week, which I was going to do on the Friday, which was my day off, like today. Now, I didn't have anything with me, so I thought, you know what, I've not had a burger for ages. I'm going to have a shitty McDonald's. My colleague decided he wanted one as well, gave me some money to go grab him one as well. Now, I'm still in the queue, and I'm approached by the high-vis security army that seems to have materialised since I was last there and grown in size by at least quadrupled. I mean, they're everywhere. So I'm asked, am I paying for my meal by cash or by card? Now, my friend, as I mentioned, had given me cash to pay for his, and I was going to pay for mine on a card. So I just thought, where is this going here? So I said, I'm actually paying on both. Now, I could have paid for it on my card, but I just wanted to see where this was going. And I'm told, no, are you paying by cash or card? I explained, I've got cash for somebody, and I'm going to pay for card for my own. Oh no, you can't do that. What? What do you mean I can't do that? So anyway, I didn't want to get into an argument with this person because they're just been, they're doing their job. It's not their fault. Get this, people. I'm made to go into a restaurant, paid for one meal on cash, and the second meal I have to go back out of the store, join a separate queue, and then come in and pay for my own with the meal that I've already got, for my colleague, on card. I mean, what? What on earth is that about? I mean, I understand that they're trying to restrict numbers going into venues, pubs, restaurants, whatever, because they don't want to, they want to not have too many people in there, so there's not as much chances of people contracting the virus. Yeah. But how is making me go into the same venue twice, the same restaurant twice, when I could have done it in one transaction, making it A, safer for me, or B, safer for anybody else in there? I mean, it's lunacy. Who the hell sat up and thought of that one? I mean, are you taking the piss? I mean, this is just madness. I mean, since when did sort of, be made to stand in a separate queue if you're paying on cash happen? I mean, what's all that about? They wanted to make people feel like that if you have cash, that it's like you're somehow inferior and it's dirty and dangerous. I mean, come on, man. Are we really, really, really swallowing this bullshit? It's lunacy. It's lunacy. Where are we going with this? Because I'm all for, protecting people's health and, but is that about health or is it about control? Because to me, that's about control. That's got nothing to do with health, because making me go in somewhere twice, surely if I had the disease, it's putting more people at risk than me going in there once. So surely that's not about health then, is it? It's about controlling people. And it's starting to make me wonder, where is all this going? I mean, are we wanting to live in a world where when we emerge from our COVID-19 nightmare, are we going to emerge and there's going to be no pubs, no restaurants, no venues, no music, no sports, because all the stadiums and stuff are empty? How long is that going to last? Because there are going to be no sports teams left as well. So everything that we like is going to go. Well, doesn't that mean COVID-19's won? I mean, surely we have to start taking a little bit more common sense approach to this. Where are we going with this? I mean, nobody seems to be asking these questions, or if you are asking these questions, you seem to be told to shut up. Well, do we want to live in a world like that? I mean, to be honest, you are winning, because it's made me not want to go out. Again, some of the rules that make no sense. I've been to a pub twice since March. Once I went out on the Eat Out to Help Out scheme with my parents, went for a meal, and to be honest, I didn't enjoy that. Not being with my parents, the meal itself. I'm not going to mention where that was because I don't want to embarrass the place, but no, I didn't enjoy it. But and the second time was to meet a friend regarding a holiday that got cancelled and that I paid for, and I've not been on it. So instead of spending my birthday on a beach, I spent it at home by myself. Cheers, COVID-19. But anyway, going, what I've seen in bars, I mean, it's made me not want to go. I mean, again, rules that make no sense. I mean, you're told to wear a mask when you're moving around the pub, but not when you sat down at the table. So, what are you saying then? In COVID-19, when we sat down at the table, you're perfectly safe because it's going to go over your head and it's not going to touch you and you're perfectly safe. But when you get up off that table, it's going to infect you and you need to cover up. I mean, come on, people. What is this bullshit, man? That makes no sense at all. It's either wear the mask inside or don't, and I'm not telling people to not wear masks, okay? I'm not saying that because I think people should have a lot more consideration for their fellow man in this time. So if you are going into a shop, supermarket, shop, whatever, put a mask on. It's going to take, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to do anything at all, really. But you've got to be considerate to other people, and then just take it off when you come outside. It's not a big deal. But telling people such mixed messages is not helpful to anyone at all, as far as I can see. Not helpful to anyone at all. I mean, it just doesn't make sense, does it? That you don't wear a mask when you sat down, but when you stand up, you do. It's just madness. It's madness, isn't it? So, I don't want to be I don't want to sound like the prophecy of doom and gloom here, but we have to start questioning a few more things, I think, because there has to be a way that we can get some kind of normality back into our lives. Because, yes, of course, there's a dangerous disease out there and we have to be careful and considerate to others, like I've said, but do we want to live in a world where anything that we like doing, we can't do anymore? I mean, that's not going to make any sense either because, people need human contact. People do. I mean, think about the toll on people's mental health through all of this. I mean, I know myself, it's not been great for me. I live alone. I have obviously a support bubble that, but I've seen very few people. So obviously, because I've got a support bubble, there's certain people I can see. But obviously, that's a very small number of people, and it takes its toll on you spending months by yourself, to your own devices. So we all do need social contact. So do we really want to live in a world where the only sort of human contact we get from others is on a computer screen or an iPad or a phone? It's not really the kind of world that I want to live in. So all I'm saying is let's, hopefully people out there that are in charge, let's try and find some kind of more sensible way of attacking this problem because, we're heading to a place where I don't recognise. We're heading into a world that looks pretty bleak. And, let's try and get back to some kind of normality. Let's try and, make the future look a brighter place than it is now. Because, we don't, it's not going to be good for anybody this long term. So we need a clear pathway ahead So I'm calling on, you know, the governments and stuff to start acting a little bit more responsibly, because it strikes me that, you know, you seem to be blaming the public for everything that they do. I mean, you've told people, you terrified people in March, and you told us and made us stay at home, and we did that because you told us to do it. We did it. We did what we were told, yeah. And now, you know, you then tell people to, you know, start going out to the pubs and supporting the economy, which I totally understand. And then you turn around and say, there's a spike in COVID infections, so we're going to shut down all the bars and shut down all the pubs. So what are you telling us there? Everything that we do is our fault? Is that where we're going with this? Because, you know, it strikes me that you're just trying to shirk responsibility, because you knew about this in January and you did nothing. You didn't stop people coming into the country. You didn't start testing people at airports. You didn't start taking people's temperatures. You just let people in. And then you wonder why there's huge numbers of people that have died, sadly, and people that have been infected. You did this. You did this. You had the opportunity to stop it, and you did nothing. You did nothing. So it strikes me, you couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. So, you know, we have to find some other method here of sanity and a path back to normality. Otherwise, you know, we're going to re-enter a world that we don't recognise, and I don't think any of us want to see that. I'm going to wrap this up now, because, you know, I don't want to sound like the prophets of doom and gloom. Again, I'm just saying it how I see it. So if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more, then please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and, you know, I will be coming back with more videos soon. I'm Arno. Stay rock and roll, keep yourself safe, and keep it real.